Oh man, motherfucker. Damn. That shit just goddamn fucked up. Motherfucker. I don't know. Like, that shit start tripping us. It had froze. I don't know what happened. Hopefully everybody comes back. They was like, oh no, niggas talk about accountability and crash that bit. Well, the other live had got the other my lab that shit had it had flags on that bitch anyway. It was like, oh no, black men over here having productive conversation? Hell no. It was like, nah, we can't have that shit.
Man, who out here snitching like that?
I don't know. I had to reset it, man. Tell them boys to come back.
You sure it weren't Mr. Reese Puff?
He probably did, man. Buddy was in his feelings, man. He felt attacked, bro. That's all that was.
Bruh, all we were saying was, you got a choice to be a street nigga. I chose to jump off the porch and be
Well,
stupid.
and I like he just like he. I guess the issue was he was trying to say like was a product of my environment. I ain't had no other choice. Like you, he was trying to talk out both sides of his neck with it. You know what I'm saying?
That's
He thought we was
stupid.
gonna
That's
agree with him.
asinine.
And
Because every
that's what I
street nigga
was.
know if they had a chance to do it over, they'll stay in school and stay in church like they mama would and
But the
went to the
reason why
military
but
and
the
did
reason why
something.
he would do it again is because he didn't get caught. You got caught. You went to jail. He
Yeah, I had to
didn't.
fight 30 years. Hell
Right,
no,
you know
I
what I'm
stopped
saying?
that shit.
He didn't go to jail. He didn't, he got in, made his bread and got out. You know what I'm saying?
See, I was 17. I had to sit. I'm in Florida. I sat for 18 months before I even went to trial. So I was already in prison before I went to trial. I was like, oh, fuck no. I ain't going
But
back to
see
this
that
shit.
that's he so all he saw was the good, Well, I made my money and now I'm where I'm at now with real estate and all these different things because of what I did. So he wouldn't go back.
Man, he one of them niggas who was probably our age did it just because he saw rappers doing it, not knowing the real
I
that
mean,
come
I don't give
behind
a
that.
fuck what his reason was, but like to sit here, like he was just arguing as if he chose differently because he was so special. Like the reason you're giving, I've heard it a million times from the same dudes that you said, like you're not special. You know what I'm saying? That's the
Bro,
thing. Like you ain't
I
special.
had to want to change, bro. I had to start reading books and stop listening to
And
dumbass
then
music.
like
Mm-hmm.
we all grew up around this shit. I grew, like you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
we knew. Like I didn't have to have my father. I didn't have to have my mother abandoned me. So like I said, we all got a
Right.
story, bro. We all got a
And
fucking
most of us in
story.
the 80s and
Right.
90s got the same
I should have
story. That's the
But
crazy
like
part.
exactly.
like my when my mother and daddy got divorced, we was living over there in them fucking projects, bro. I had the option to go out there and you know what I'm saying, hit them streets, but no, I
Yeah.
didn't. I
Right.
just would steal from people. But I could have went out there
Right.
and
So
did.
that's what I was saying. So peep this out. So that's what I was just about to get on there and say, you know what I'm saying? I did some when I say I did some shit, I used to steal. And people when they said and it's still on my record right now.
Yeah.
A female can't get a good job nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go out here and work minimum wage or do like little side
Mm-hmm.
hustles like Amazon Flex and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And even
Right.
still, I'm still taking a chance because some of them people still could pull up my background. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying?
That's
Well,
So
mine
that's
even
the
started.
point.
You
that's
think
why
I'm
I
That's
getting
the
ass
point
said
I
whooped?
if
was
you
making
do
about
better, you'll
choices.
do better.
But
Because I knew
Mm-hmm.
when I had my children, I didn't want my children to ever emulate any fucking thing I did in my childhood. I ain't want my and then
Oh,
so
Lord.
another thing
Oh,
is
Lord.
for him not to feel shame about it tells me that like that's what's going on in the community. That's why I say you need to reach down. We need to start reaching back and going back to man. I tell
exactly.
older folks this all the time. It's certain stuff that our great grandparents did as parents that we should have never stopped. We should have never stopped that shit because if we wouldn't have stopped the way the old folks did it, we would not have the community that we have now.
Makes
So
sense.
that's
A
why I
lot of
say like
things.
it go back to y'all right about like he don't feel ashamed about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I feel ashamed about it. If I could go back, hell no, I wouldn't be doing this shit again.
I was
I don't even like to sit here and tell my children that I did that. You
It's like,
understand what I'm saying?
okay,
Because I
I
don't
can
want them to
understand him.
think that
That was my point about choices. That's what I wanted to say earlier. Like, for instance, my mom. My mom got two baby daddies. She got two ex-husbands. It's four children, and we all have different dads. My mom didn't get her GED until I was 6 years old.
Mm.
I actively saw my mom. We were in the hood. I went to poor schools, like
Have a good day.
in elementary school. I went to seven elementary schools because we were always moving, whether
Mm.
it was the rent went up or one of her marriages she was going through domestic violence. But I saw that as a child and I didn't have the words for it, but I was like, this will not be my life. I don't want all these fucking kids. I don't want to be on food stamps. I want to go to school. And I'm working on my second degree. I don't have any children. So it's about choices. I saw my mom do it. My mom used to tell me, I don't care what you see me doing. Don't do what I do. I know I do the wrong thing,
but that's
but
why I
don't do what I
asked you. I
do.
said, well, did you know you could go to jail? Well, yeah. Did you know you could end up in the dirt? Well,
Exactly.
yeah. Well, that's consequences. Yeah, but
Yeah.
that means you knew right from wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Right.
Which
It's
means
about
you knew
choices.
that means you knew right from wrong, so you knew better, which means you didn't have to choose it. And
Right.
that's what he was like. I'm like, it wasn't clicking for him.
Exactly.
right,
And I'm
right,
like,
It
right.
we
wasn't.
talking about y'all talking about consequences. I'm talking about circumstance. I'm like,
Consequences are a result of
right.
shitty choices.
It was clicking.
And
It
then
was
this the
clicking.
thing
It
I'm
wasn't
trying to get
clicking.
him to
I feel
see.
like it was
This what I
clicking,
It
but
want
was
he
him
just
to
didn't
clicking.
want
He
to
see.
was
admit he was
deflecting.
wrong. That's what that is. He didn't want to be like,
This
damn,
the
y'all
thing
right.
I was
I
trying to get him
misinterpreted
to
that.
see. Like you said, you asked him, would you want your children to do this? That's what like how y'all asked him if he could go back and do it again. That's a whole different story. You know what I'm saying? But you know good and goddamn well you don't want your children to do
Well, he went.
Actually,
He
hey,
didn't answer
some
the
of these niggas
question.
sick enough to actually want their son to be like them in the
He was
streets.
quiet.
I know a couple. I had to stop associating with them.
Well,
Some of
this
these
it.
stupid
this
ass
So if
niggas
you
want
don't
these
want your
niggas, want
children,
their sons to have their name.
but if you don't want your children doing it, be the example. Me and my brother have an argument all the time about the show of Power, about how Tariq chose to go out there and be in the streets, even though
Great
his daddy
example.
gave him everything. I say that's
Right?
like how he's saying he a product of his environment. That's another example of a product of his environment. He didn't see what his daddy was doing,
He
and
just
when
chose
he
to do
found
it.
out, he knew it was easy, so he went out there and started doing it
Exactly.
too.
And he had
Right.
everything set up for
So
him.
we
Everything.
not gonna use being in the hood
and then what happened
right.
at the end of the on Tariq show when he found out what how the nigga was like, damn, this is why my daddy kept me out of this shit.
Exactly.
Yep.
Cause you can't have your family involved in this shit.
Like so that's what I'm saying, but he don't understand like what it does to your community and like how you say product of environment. Like anybody could use that to like it could go either way.
I hate
You
that
know what I'm
excuse.
saying? People get
That
out of the
shouldn't
hood.
be an
That's why people
excuse,
go to
though.
college
I
to
hate that
get out the
excuse.
hood.
I hate it.
Honestly, I felt like because he quote unquote wasn't a victim, he really didn't care.
Well, like I said,
Cause
he didn't get
think
caught.
about it. Everybody kept saying, "Dude, you was pushing poison to the community." I was a product of my environment. Okay, I was too. I was a robber, a jacker, a kicked on man. I robbed dope boys and jackers. I ain't never robbed a civilian, but I knew I was dead ass wrong. It don't matter who I was doing it to.
But they know, bro. He knows. And then, like I said, I would have been more cool if he just owned the shit. But the man like,
Basically,
wait,
like,
yeah,
bro,
I did
I'm
this
grown
shit.
now.
Oh well, I do it again. All right.
He
Man, if I
probably
had a
like
chance
you
to do it
said,
over, I'd
like
stay in
Chad was
school and
saying,
stay in
that's
church.
what
I'd be a good little man. I'd be so super square.
he
Even when
probably
I
that
asked
he one of the
my
few
mom
that he
said she
made
would
it
go
out the
back
game.
and she would do things differently because she saw how it affected us on an emotional level. just
Right.
being present in the trauma, she saw it was affecting me. And she would tell me if I could go back, I might have different kids, a different life, but I wouldn't have put y'all through this.
But then it's like he wanted a pat on the back for staying with the married a woman he got pregnant. It's like, bro, that's what you're supposed to do. You got that
Thank
woman pregnant.
you.
You don't need no pat
Duh.
on the back for being a goddamn responsible fucking adult.
You
Adult,
want me to
yeah.
applaud a fish for swimming?
Like, well, you created a broken home, but nigga, you sold drugs.
And he
Like,
created one too because he didn't marry her first. He said he had 3 kids by 18. You didn't marry that woman before you turned 18.
That was a false.
18 was
That was
crazy.
a false equivalency. If
Trying to
I ain't
make
never
a
heard one.
he probably married
bullshit
her because she
correlation.
just so happened to stay through all the bullshit.
That's
That
just
was-
like
that
how he
was-
sat here and said, but that y'all sitting up here telling him it's about the church choices he made. Y'all done sat here and told this man, he done called this man out for having a broken home. And he said when his wife went apply for Section 8, they told him that he couldn't stay there. So what
Well,
he
hold
did,
on.
that's when he went go buy his first home. Like,
But why
if
he
you
acting
was,
like?
why you
Go
ain't
ahead,
leave it
I'm sorry.
alone then? You seen what you was doing wrong right then and there. Why you ain't leave it alone?
But then y'all just
Because
say him selling crack messed
he
up.
like proud of it. They go like he glorifying the wrong shit. like he proud of what he did, which anybody should be proud to get up out the hood. But the way he did it though,
Exactly.
But selling crack fucked up a lot more homes than one dude having a baby mama.
No cow.
You said what, Vero?
Selling crack fucked up a lot more homes than one nigga having a baby mama did.
Look,
I'll
man.
let my mom.
Hey, it is what it is, man. But this is what I be. This is what I like, though. At the end of the day, now they can't say nothing. This was a panel. It was a panel full of black men. You know what I'm saying? So they can't be like, oh, he pander. Oh, they got women up. Like, nah, brother. This is what black men supposed to do, bro.
Exactly.
Supposed to, you know what I'm saying? This is what you supposed to fucking do. Call that
Y'all
shit
ask
out,
for
bro.
accountability. This what it looked like.
Yep.
That's
And
all
Chad
it
wasn't
is.
letting up because it's baby and y'all is not gonna do
Why are
anything.
they over there with
Right.
my feeling? He over there, rah, rah. Nah, nigga, we supposed
It's
to be
about
rah,
how you
rah.
teach. It's
Why the
about
fuck you
how you
not rah,
portray
rah?
your
That's the
message.
problem.
Yeah, I
It
was
doesn't
up in the
matter.
80s. I used to get punched in the chest, man. Why is you out here fucking up? You know
That's
better.
why
We
when
ain't
I
raised
was
you like
like,
that.
when you ask, hey, y'all take that to y'all room or take it outside, okay? Don't be throwing balls in here. Like you get to, that's why I made that video. I'm like, when you talking about these women, every time you get to talking, getting in these lives or these podcasts with these grown ass men, it's just women this, women that. It's cause they chasing white men or I gotta be 5 times as good or I gotta do this and black women this and black like bro. At what point is it you? At what point, like, what Barry? Remember that live when we was talking? What were we talking about? Oh, the
Oh,
court shit, like
yeah.
taking your baby mama to court.
Yeah.
And I had a live full of grown ass men crying, talking about they
I
didn't
saw
want
that
to,
live.
why they don't want to get the court involved, why they don't
I
want to
watched
go
this
to
Man,
too.
court,
fuck that.
why
That's
they
my
can't take
kid.
their
Man,
baby
we going
mama
to
to
court.
court, why they wouldn't want to protect their own self again. Well, we didn't have to use the courts to get when we laid down and had it. We should, like, yeah, sure. Well, if you
you
didn't
should have
want to
thought
do it, they
about
should
that
have
before
married
you
it, but you
had
didn't
it.
do that.
If you
My
want your
thing is this,
child bad
though.
enough, the other parent is not gonna stop you.
My thing is this,
You
though.
want them bad enough, you gonna get your baby.
But I'm
If you
saying like
saw,
a bunch of grown ass men is always like, and I even told I said, bro, my brother is one of them dudes. We grew up in the
They
same
want
fucking
stuff
house.
easy. They want stuff
And I
easy,
can't
man.
stand a sorry man that's always got an excuse, bro. That is I hate that.
They hate to see me coming.
Every time you ask them something, every time they fuck up or they got something that goes south for, it's always the first
Yeah,
thing
the
out their
excuse
mouth
for a
is an
reason.
excuse or somebody else's name.
Mm-hmm.
That is the most. Can you even say sissy? I mean, I just said it. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that is the weakest shit ever. Weakest shit ever. What what the dude said last time Barrel? Why he was like, well, ain't nobody. I ain't had what because he got a girl pregnant. Well,
yeah.
I ain't had no father. I ain't had nobody teach me.
So, yeah, you chose to do the same thing with
Yeah,
your
he ain't
child,
teach you
you
to have
dumbass.
sex
Come
though.
on, man.
Right, but you
You know
see
not to do what
how
he
Hey,
do.
Okay.
good point.
but you see
Good
how they
point.
always be
Great point.
like Buddy was like, oh well, I'm talking about my lived experience, but I can literally connect you to another random conversation I had with another dude just like you, different conversation about children, but the same point of lack of accountability and responsibility, and he still got the same excuse as you. Well, I ain't have my father, I ain't have no parents, I'm a product of my environment. But
My
everybody's
thing is
something
this
special
though.
though.
My thing is this though. How can a nigga say he love his child so much, but his baby mama is crazy? Why would you leave your child in that environment then if you know that woman is crazy?
Because he don't really
No
want the
cap.
baby.
It's
He want
like if
he
I have a
wants
child and
sympathy.
I know this woman I laid down with ain't worth a damn, is all crazy as hell, man, we going to court. I am not gonna let you indoctrinate my child with whatever the
Because she
hell
not
demons you fight.
crazy. She just crazy when it come to him. She just do crazy things when it comes to him.
Dang.
Mm.
Like
That's
y'all really
crazy.
think
That's
these
crazy.
mamas out here that they be calling crazy gonna harm their child? Do they look like how many Casey Anthony's we had in the hood? But I'm not gonna lie, some of them are there. Just
But
like just like we
I'm
talk
saying,
about product
there
of the
are definitely
environment.
crazy women out there for sure.
Right.
But that's what I was
Right,
saying.
right,
I was
right.
like, why wouldn't you go to court so you can have protection for yourself against these crazy women? That because all y'all claim y'all got crazy baby mamas. Why wouldn't you go to
But they
court to
just so
establish
crazy.
something in black and white your rights?
Because
At
they
bare
make the
minimum.
shit up to be victimized,
My mama.
to be a
My mama.
victim.
I
Right.
feel like more than majority of the time, these women be going crazy on these men because they out here cheating. So now this the thing. When it comes
Yo,
to
niggas don't be innocent.
because they be
My bad.
cheating. So
Niggas.
when the woman go out here, she either gonna cheat, she gonna fuck you up, something's gonna transpire. Like a woman, that's why they
Mm-hmm.
call her crazy because they feel like
But
women
that's what I told
not
because
supposed to get that get back.
but that's
They
what I
feel like
told them
women
on
not
the
supposed to
live.
get that get back.
I said even I was like y'all relationship could go south at any point. If y'all not married,
Yeah.
right? Baby mama, baby daddy shit,
Yeah.
and y'all not
Mm-hmm.
married, and y'all shit go
Mm-hmm.
south, go to court because at the end of the day, whether you did something, she did, whoever, it doesn't matter. Go to court,
Don't matter.
get your rights established, get your visitation established, get your child support established. So at the end of the day, you have something that you did proactively to protect yourself. Beat her to the court so you don't have to worry about nothing.
Right.
Right.
Yup.
Yeah, I
I
got an
heard
uncle
that.
that's
I heard
willing to
that.
let somebody
Whether
know.
you
That's real. I
cheated,
heard
whether
that.
she too, it don't even fucking matter. Whatever y'all
It don't
situation
matter.
was, if it was really about your children and you having access to your children, you'd go to court.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But it don't be about the
Mm-hmm.
kid when it comes to half of these dudes.
But
They
it's
just use
not
it as an
about these
It's
excuse.
kids.
but
It's
the
really
system
not.
is
That's what I'm
against me.
saying.
It's always the government. It's always the
Right,
system.
though,
It's
the
always the white
government.
man.
But
It's always the
the
black
crazy
woman.
part is, right? We had a black woman who was a family lawyer in the DMV area that specifically advocates and helps black men get rights for their children. And she said 90% of the clients that she takes, when those men go to court, they get exactly what the fuck they want.
Yeah. That's what she said.
Mm.
She said they get exactly what they want simply for showing up to court. She said half the problem with these dudes is they won't even show up to court.
Well,
Yep.
hell, most states, if you just show up, you're gonna get weekends just for being there.
You get most states, you get like every other weekend or like 2 days through the week. Just bare minimum shit. They don't even
And
want the bare minimum because it's
if
not
you're
about the
married, you
kid.
automatically get 50-50 if y'all married.
I don't want any. I don't want access to anything here. Take the money to be access to the women. Yep. You got access to the women that we took
All
away.
right, it's about it don't be about them kids because they don't be
It don't.
wanting them kids like that. That's why I told I said, bro, my father was I seen this shit with my own eyes till my daddy got custody of her. I hated that fucking man up until I moved in with him and he, I had to grow and he explained and told it. I hated that man because my mama was poisoning my brain, like they like to say, and all that extra shit. She was
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
crazy.
Your daddy
But
did this.
but
Yeah.
guess what? My daddy showed up on his visitation days. He showed up. We
Mm-hmm.
had to go over there every other weekend, and I used to look at his ass like I fucking hated him and CC's pizza, and we wouldn't even talk.
Yeah.
He would just look at me. But guess
But
what?
he still was there.
He wanted
But
to
that's
see
Yeah.
his
what it
fucking
takes.
kid.
Sometimes that's what it
Period.
takes.
But you know what's
And
crazy
guess
though,
what? He
bro?
did what he had to do.
Right.
But
Hood.
these
Right.
men, like, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be hard for like, it's only gonna get worse, man.
You know
Like
what's
It's
crazy
listen,
though?
only
A lot of those same dudes are gonna be great fucking stepdaddies to another woman kids.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh,
They'll
like
be
that's what's
great
messed
I
up.
know about
stepdaddies.
that personally.
They gonna be
My kid.
great step. They're like, damn, you had to see you the whole time,
Because the
My
work is already done for them.
bro.
All they gotta do is step up.
my
Those type of men though, not you, Benny. Those type of men that
no,
don't
I'm
raise
saying
their own
my
children.
kid, my oldest two father is like that. He will play daddy to other women kids, but
Right.
won't be a daddy to his kids.
Cause he ain't gotta do the groundwork.
Ooh.
That's the crazy part. Every chick he's talked to since I came around, he they always had kids. The last time my kids did see him, this was years ago, like 2016.
Damn.
And he
Damn,
came to because I went back
10 years
home
ago.
to Shreveport, and it's like an hour and a half from where he from. He from Pittsburgh, Texas, close to Dallas. And he can't. He did come out to see them, but he pulled up with his girlfriend in her car
Mm.
with two other kids in the car that was her kids.
Mm.
Damn.
Mm.
I know
Right,
them kids looking at here like, what the fuck?
right.
No, he talking about what the fuck?
That's how
Like,
trifling that man is.
like fuck, nigga, you taking road trips now?
That's how my brother daddy was. He got married on my brother's birthday, and he
Ooh.
raised
Ooh.
his wife's son. His wife was like 7. I mean, his wife's son was 7. His
Mm-hmm.
stepson was 7. Yeah, he could do that because the work had already been done by another man.
Right. It's
But
like
you
as much
complain
as I
about my
get my
mom
pops.
when we live in the same zip code, complaining about
Right.
my mom, but you didn't want to get my brother unless it was for back taxes or whatever it's called, the tax
Back
refund.
child
Yeah,
support.
yeah.
Right,
The back pay shit.
right.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Y'all,
So,
that be crazy to me. And then they be having these men for so much. Let me tell you something. I'm me and my husband married, but we wasn't always married. I always told him that's one thing you ain't got to worry about no child support from me. You ain't got to worry about me taking half of everything you own. You ain't got to worry about. Listen, I'ma leave. I'ma leave. You keep everything right here. The children, everything we own. You keep everything right here. I'm gonna be the first to leave. If anything ever happened between us serious, I'm gonna be the first to leave.
Damn.
mm.
Hey, you sound like me and my wife. I was like, we probably gonna be the first couple ever get if we got divorced that don't nobody want the kids and somebody is willing to pay child support.
Damn.
You can have
Right, and that's
everything.
what I told him too. I sure told him I'll pay child support, and when I want to come, and as long as you, but it's vice versa too. If he decides to leave, I got my children, and whenever he do come, you can see your children. But don't ever think that you just gonna step out, have no support, no contact, and everything, and you just gonna come back like that. No,
Hmm.
that ain't how that
Mm.
work. And if, with me, vice versa. One thing is, I might get mad. That's what you know what I'm saying. Like I might get mad and storm out for a day. I'll be back at night, or if it's nighttime, I'm going to my in-laws, and I'll be back in the morning. Just let me calm down a little bit. So like I said, that we ain't gotta go to the court. We can have mediation.
But my point with that was I was telling fellas, I'm like, because I'm talking about how men need to protect, like how to be accountable as a man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, don't. I was like, because like I hear you. You say that like another dude was like, well, my woman, he would never do that. I was like, yeah, sure, whatever, that's cool, but I'm not taking the risk on somebody waking up one day and changing their mind and decide. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, life can lie. So as a man, I'm going to protect myself so I'm always good and at least I have the bare minimum established by law so that if you wake up one day and start hating my guts, if you wake up one day and say I want to mess with her, like you can't do it because I already got this established. If we was, you know what I'm saying, like if you want some baby mama, baby daddy, we, you know what I'm saying, like because if you get divorced, y'all have to come together and then do divorce proceedings and shit like
Correct.
that. You know what I'm saying? But I
Right,
was talking about,
right,
I was talking to the dudes who got baby mamas and shit.
right.
Lucky
And
ain't
see,
never.
they go back to the old boy saying what he said. He got 3 children, but when his wife applied, with his now wife, which at the time was his girlfriend, applied for Section 8, they had to be married. So my question now is, well, why you ain't married? Y'all already got a child, like. I'm trying to figure out why you just like what made you make that choice of like there is a choice to do or not to do. What made you make that choice? I
He
offered you to
had
stay
he
with
had
this
to grow.
person.
He had to learn and
He ain't
mature.
no better.
But
He
it, but
ain't
it, but
no
it,
better.
but if I go unfollow me, like, oh, that fuck that.
Yeah,
But that's
yeah.
how you know it was like his ego was hurt. 'Cause he's like, well, look at my page, look at my cars, look at my house, look what I do. I ain't got like, bro. Nobody
It
cares.
means
Nobody was
nothing if you
questioning.
got it by poisoning the black community. It means nothing.
But even then, like, I still didn't care. I was like, bro, nobody's questioning that, bro.
Right.
Like nobody was like,
But damn, if you sold dope and ain't go to jail, I
But
hope you
the
got there
thing
and kept your
about it
money.
is you have to take accountability. Okay, like y'all say, pushing poison to the black community. Okay, what if it's a child? Like, what kind of morals do you have? Like,
you know what I think happened though, because first of all, nobody asked you for this information.
Right. He volunteered the
Pretty much.
information and
You
got
came
mad when
up
we
and told us,
questioned it.
and I guess because I guess he thought motherfuckers was gonna be like, oh yeah, you made it out, bro. Like you turned your life around, and then when that didn't happen, he got mad.
Mm.
I I think that's what happened. I think that's why he got mad.
That's exactly
Hey,
what happened
hey,
because
you
it was
probably got
smooth
the line
so
like,
when
sailing.
I'm
we
still
asked
cool,
him, would
damn
he
it.
go back and do it again?
He was quiet.
Like,
That spoke volumes to me. He
so
Yeah,
that's
but
was
what
it,
I'm
but it
saying.
was
You
silent.
would
But
quiet.
here's
go
the
back
thing
and do
though.
what you did again. So
Who
don't
said
sit
he
here
ever
and put
stopped?
like you're not ashamed of it. When they ask you, would you go back and do it again? You ain't answer.
You
You
don't have to
ashamed,
keep
my
And
nigga.
that's why I'm
It's time
glad
for you to go see some
the
therapy
dude
and
he
take
tried to check about
accountability for
making
the
a
shit you
broken
did.
home. He said, if I could go back, I would marry a girl and then have my child. Would you go back and change? But he kept deflecting.
That's when you know that. And then what get me is I feel like he really feel like he should be a leader of his community.
Please.
Like he should be a leader of. That's why he got on the live. He feel like he should be a leader of the black community.
Ain't
Like the
But he
nobody.
ain't
way
No, he
got the
some
don't.
emotional,
people,
he
like
ain't
I
got the
say, it's
emotional
ego.
intelligence
Like
to do
how we
that.
speak about Martin Luther King and them, he feel like we should speak about him like how we speak about
He
them.
gonna lead us. He
I
gonna
We
kind
lead
was
us
talking
back
about
to
his
the environment.
accomplishments of today, and we all just sitting here just wondering. We ain't trying to assassinate his character. None of that. We just ask him a simple question: what he
Right.
do? What he change? What he did? And he couldn't answer that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Just out laughing. That was so funny to me. That was so funny
ain't
to
gonna lie,
Guilt.
me.
but
He because he felt guilt and the shame of what he probably did.
cause the live was loud, everybody was talking, and you asked that question, but it got quiet.
Very.
Quiet as hell. Just
I don't have
church
to answer
mouse.
that. The
Like, come
fuck?
on, bro. We already know what it was. You was in it for the fast money. Ain't nobody else doing that for fun.
Right.
Nobody trying to get shot at, their house broke into and robbed and all they stuff. Nobody trying to do that. You doing
Mm.
it for the money, the fast money, easy.
It's the lifestyle that come with it.
Right,
But he want the prestige of a community leader, like he actually did something. Maybe he's doing something now, but
right.
not when
That's
he
what.
was putting
And he
crack
not
in the
trying to.
neighborhood.
He not trying to go back to that point. He not trying to go
Hmm.
But
back
my
and.
thing is this though.
He said
Him,
he
he
was
might
in
be
real
trying to do
estate
something.
now.
He might be trying to do something right. Is he trying to do something right in the same neighborhood he helped tear down? Or is he somewhere else trying to do it?
Nah. That's what I'm saying. He say he in real estate right now.
Yeah, he said he
So
bought
like
him and
he
his
said,
homeboys bought 20 acres of land, and they trying to do something off the grid or
because
something like that.
Off the
so
grid.
because he never got caught and he didn't die, God forbid, you know what I'm saying? But because he didn't suffer consequences,
He didn't get
he
caught. He
feel
didn't get
like
put
wasn't
in
nothing
jail.
wrong with it.
That's why.
Right.
Like
But
Benny say, I had to sit
he knew
down.
those was the
That shit
consequences
ain't
Point
of
fun.
it.
is, our people
That's
need
why
to
he
listen
still
more
proud of it.
instead of
So listen to this.
sitting
Most
back.
black people, anything we do, we'll be proud of it. Unless we got caught or unless we end up dead. You're not here to tell the story.
But hey,
Right.
I ain't gonna
You
lie.
understand what I'm saying?
When I was little, when I was a little teenager, a little preteen teenager, and I was back there stealing Pokemon cards and video games out of Hollywood
Nigga say
video and
stealing
stealing
Pokemon
food and
cards.
you know what I'm saying? I was doing all that shit because my mama, like, that's when she started like losing her mind and shit. So I had to take
Right.
care of my sister. So I ain't gonna sell no dope, but I
And
went to go
come on,
steal shit.
at
I wasn't
14 years
selling.
old, come on, you know better than
I
do
wasn't
all of
robbing
that.
nobody.
You can't
I
tell
was
me you didn't
I was
know
me.
selling drugs and shit was wrong. You, come on, nah. You knew you
Oh,
was
I
gonna
went
go to
in the
jail. You knew.
store and stole. I went in the store and stole. I went to J.C. Penney's, Walmart, Target. I
Bro,
went to
we did all
Big.
did
That's
some
where I
shit, bro.
stole. Those was my
I
stuff
used
and
to steal
grind.
candy and sell it at my school.
Right, I used to go to County Market and Kroger and steal them big ass bags of chews and fruities
Yep,
and sell them
yep.
bitches. I used to steal honey buns
That's
and
exactly
sell
what I
all that
did.
shit. Like, bro,
I
I you
did
know what I'm
that.
saying?
That's
But
crazy.
and,
I
and that's what I'm
stole
saying. Like, bro,
clothes
I had
and
opportunities
sold
to
them motherfuckers.
I did all.
I had opportunities and offers to join that life. Little niggas trying to recruit me and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like,
I
nah, I'm
did
good.
all of that
Right.
until my brother got caught. Then my ass stopped instantly.
You know why? Because I was scared of jail. That's the biggest
Hell
thing.
yeah.
I was,
You
cause
Mm-hmm.
right.
see
You
back then
right.
jail
That's
was
why I
Hey,
you
shot
had
Jim. That's
one
why I
you
thing
had
you
shot
know
Jim.
about it,
bro. I used to
I
watch America's Most Wanted and be scared, bro.
I had three
Yeah,
brothers, bro.
right.
My youngest brother
Like,
got caught stealing out of Kroger, bro.
This nigga said I watched American Most Wanted and was
He,
scared.
he was in that back room, scared as hell. I had to go
I
tell
don't
my
know.
pops that shit. My
Maybe
pops
I
beat
just
my
had a
ass
mental problem.
all the way up to Kroger because I let it happen. Cause I was the oldest.
That's how
I
it
don't know.
Damn,
I
was
you
was
back then.
12.
got caught?
I got caught stealing out of Kmart. They something I had some detention center, so I was 12.
Ooh.
Man, I got caught stealing out of Walmart.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I had just found out I was pregnant with my first
Five
child.
visibility
Oh
Listen
restricted.
at how
damn.
this go.
I
They
did.
took me to
What?
jail. They took me to jail. So listen, the whole time I spent the night in
What
jail.
are you
The
talking
whole time I had to pee, and the bathroom section was like open. Like you don't get no privacy in jail. So like
Nope.
when you go to the bathroom, like everybody could see you doing your business. When you take a shower, everybody could see you doing your business. Man, I sat there and held that pee. I say they ain't never got to worry about me coming back to this.
Mm.
They never got to worry about. But then what's messed up about it is I'm rehabilitated, and now I got a record following me everywhere I go. That's
Try to
why.
get it expunged.
If you were underage, you
But
can get it
listen,
expunged.
listen. I was right at the age. I was right at the legal age. What happened was I was underage and I was pregnant, so they pushed my trial back. They pushed my court date back until I had the child. So that was made me legal.
you okay?
So now I can get it expunged, but
Oh hell
in
Oh,
no!
hey neighbor.
Louisiana,
Hey
Oh no, I'm in
neighbor.
Florida.
Good
So
luck with
Florida
that.
kind
What
of
listen,
part you
in
from?
Where
Louisiana,
you from?
certain
What
people can
part of
still
Louisiana?
pull up.
Where you
I'm
from?
from Alexandria.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
from
you up the
BR.
street?
I'm from
I'm
the
from
street
BR.
street.
Oh, I'm
I'm
from
from the streets where
Shreveport.
they do everything. Yeah, but really to tell you the truth, we sitting up here talking, man. Louisiana is Louisiana.
Oh
Hmm.
yeah, you.
Like
Okay.
it's no
Hey,
place I have been in Louisiana where I ain't like that. Everything I done seen here, anywhere I went, I done seen it. Baton Rouge, and I'm talking about. I've never stayed these places. I
Well,
just
you know,
visited.
down here they
I
can
got a
charge you as an adult. But if you were stealing,
no. That's Louisiana law now. Anyway, that's the governor we got. If you
I
16,
can't
they
stand
charging you
him.
as an adult. The new governor we got. So peep this out. I could get my record expunged, but certain licensing boards, certain law enforcement, everywhere, anywhere, like state, federal, all of those people could still pull it up if I get it expunged.
That just depends on if you applying for those
So it's
jobs,
no
like a non a non city, non
jobs. Yeah, that's
state,
what I'm saying.
non
So
federal
listen,
job.
everything I
They
want to
gonna see
do.
it regardless. But
yeah.
if you're not doing that type of level job, they not gonna see what you did as a child.
Now yes they do. Well in Florida they do.
Okay, so
When I
listen.
worked for the county and the school board, they saw all that.
In Louisiana, they do. If depend on what job you want.
yeah, it
Like I
No,
said,
depends.
I could
in
still go
Louisiana,
work at
it depends on the
Walmart. I
job. If
just
you're
said
trying to
that.
work for the police or you're trying to work for the state, city, they're going to see it. But if you're trying to do
Yeah.
something non
Like anywhere
local
that does
level
the
state,
licensing, like real estate. I want to do
oh
real
yeah,
estate.
yeah, you're right.
Nursing, they
Nursing.
Yes,
have
ma'am.
licensing. insurance, all of them people that have a license board with them, they gonna be able to pull that record up, and they can
Yep.
stop you like nursing.
How did they
If you
charge
go to
you?
school for 4 years,
How did they
hold
charge you
on,
as a
I find it.
juvenile? I mean, as an adult when the crime happened when you was a juvenile.
I don't know. They pushed their court date back,
But the
and
court,
they
that's
charged me
that's
as
why
an
I'm
adult.
confused. Maybe
They
it
don't
was
go by the
different
court
back
date, they go
then,
And
by
but
the,
this was messed up.
they
crime date,
go
I
off the
thought.
date you committed the crime. Now, if it was a
Right.
violent felony, they was gonna charge you as an adult anyway. But
As an adult,
that's
anyway, it
that's
wouldn't. This
different.
ain't no violent felony.
That's why I'm
But
saying
peep this
like,
out. Peep this out. They have a program here for people that's their first offense. You feel me? And what they do is they say you complete your probation and everything else, and we'll go ahead and take this off your record completely. Why I couldn't even get into that program? Like they didn't offer me anything. I don't know why. Like all of this, that's what I'm saying. I was younger when it first happened. Then they pushed my court date back. That made me adult. I'm talking about they charged me as an adult.
for a
When it
theft?
happened, even when it happened, they had already charged me as an adult.
For a theft? How much you
That's all
stole?
like for stealing?
How much you stole? Because they can't charge you
I
as an
just
adult
told
unless it's a violent felony, at least in
Like,
I
you
just
Louisiana.
grand
told
larceny.
y'all I was stealing. Like I was stealing. I was for real. Okay, I stole so much that I would go out and sell what I stole
Oh,
to
you
make
Oh, you
money.
you
reach.
was
Oh, yeah, they
stealing.
hit you with grand larceny, mama. They ain't hit you with stealing.
You was stealing.
Okay. I
Yeah,
don't
like
You
I
know.
out here with
mean,
grand
listen, like
larceny.
I said,
That ain't coming off.
So I say all of that to say, shit, he proud of what he did. This shit following me for the rest of my damn life. I'm
Yep.
trying to do better with myself, and here it is. I can't. So that's why I say everything. I'm walking the straight and narrow because I don't want my children. We stay in Louisiana still. I don't want my children to have
Yeah,
something
nah, but
follow
I
them
ain't
for the
never
rest of
coming
their
back to
life.
Louisiana.
Oh, once
Ah,
I leave, I will never come back. I can't
My
wait
I
till the
want to
day I can
leave
pack
my
up and go.
husband. So peep
my
this
work.
out, y'all. My husband, grandma, is blind, and her husband died a couple of years ago. So with her being blind, he don't want to leave here until she leave here, until the Lord call her home.
Nah,
And that's what
I'm
I'm saying.
gone.
Like
First
I don't
chance I
want to
get, I'm
leave.
gone. You ain't gonna see
I
no
don't want
more
to leave.
ass and
Yeah, that's
elbows.
what I'm
I'm
saying. The
out.
first chance I get up
I
out of
left
here, I'm out of
Louisiana
here.
in 2010. I ain't. My wife wanted to move like back down south or like Dallas. I was like, no, no.
Yeah, I'm ready to get out
And
the
then I
south.
I
took her
bring you
down
out
there,
of
and she was
Florida
like,
then.
oh no. I said, yeah.
Yeah, Shreveport. Ugh.
Then my brother and sister
All
moved
Bring
to
you
right.
out of Florida
Houston. My
then.
brother
No
moved
state
to
income
Nah,
Dallas.
tax.
My
Shreveport is
husband,
not it.
Hold on
Shreveport is
now.
not it.
You ain't gonna do it like that now.
Ugh.
both my best friends stay in, well, they stay in Bossier City.
It's the same
Both of
thing.
Bossier,
them.
yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, that's why I say well, because like they say Shreveport, it's like Alexandria and Pineville. They say
Shreveport just like
Alexandria is
a
the
big
hood.
ass city of nothing.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's why I
Yeah,
Big
don't.
as hell, there's
exactly.
nothing there.
Yeah, it's mid.
Yeah, they call Alexandria Alexandria. So
Mm.
like it's nothing here in Alexandria. Nothing. Like all the big stuff that used to be here is no longer here.
damn.
Yeah, everything's mostly in central and southern Louisiana, like New Orleans and Baton Rouge.
It's all in the south.
Mm-hmm.
They got stuff in Shreveport. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Compared to Alexandria,
Oh
compared
yeah,
to
yeah.
Alexandria,
yeah,
Lafayette.
yeah,
But
yeah. True.
but Alexandria is central Louisiana. Like Alexandria, if you look at the map right now, Alexandria is smack dead in the center
Matter of fact, you're right. I
of
think it's further.
Louisiana.
I think Shreveport is further.
Then
Yeah,
what?
Shreveport at the top over there.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
close to
Shreveport by
Dallas.
Texas, ain't it?
Yeah, we close to Dallas. We like 2 hours from
Yeah,
Dallas.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it.
yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, but
Then I had a man tell me that women have all the shelters and stuff like that. All the shelters that we had, we have two shelters. But at the time when he said this, at the time he said this, I put this on everything I love. This man told me he had visited Alexandria. You a damn lie. Nobody visit. Even the people from Louisiana don't visit Alexandria.
yeah, it ain't shit out of
It
you
ain't
drive.
really
Only
nothing
reason we had to go to
y'all about.
Alexandria was for football games. Hell yeah.
All right, and look, that we when it comes to sports, but he's not even from. He was from Philadelphia, so that's what I'm saying. What business would you have in Alexandria out of anywhere else? Like you ain't say Baton Rouge, you ain't say he must have been talking about Alexandria, Virginia, or something. I
Yeah.
know he ain't talking about Alexandria, Louisiana.
Oh, not
But
down
then
here.
he got the nerve to tell me. So he did a Google. I stay here now. We used to have a battered women home. They closed it down. They just recently opened it back up, I think. But I know they had closed their house down because a storm came and fucked it up. The house
Don't
that
they?
all the women was staying in.
Don't they have it in
So
Alexandria now?
then,
I'm sorry, Shreveport now.
What?
The women's one.
the
Shit, I
battle
don't know.
center. So he was like, men don't never have homeless shelters. I was like, he was like, look up your. I was like, we have one homeless shelter and only the men can stay there, and it's the Salvation Army because. And the reason why only the men can stay there is because they only have one spot for the people to sleep. And when they started doing this, the women could go to the battered home.
Who had to know?
So now they got another. This boy arguing me up and down, trying to tell me I'm looking at 5 homeless shelters right now. Well, all 5 of them for me and me.
Well, y'all, I
But
gotta get off this thing
I'm
because I got
saying that to
CB
say,
dragging
like,
me
I
at
don't know
kids.
why, but for some reason, black men now have this hate towards black women or black women. Like we're sitting here arguing back and forth
All right,
with
bro.
each
I'm gonna
other.
fuck with you.
I gotta get off.
All right. It was nice talking to
I got
y'all.
PD
I
kid getting
enjoyed
them ready
y'all.
for school, man.
All right, Beanie.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
but hey, I appreciate y'all, man. I'm probably be live tomorrow because
What
I ain't
time?
probably like
You got your report card?
about
Let me
4 or 5 ish.
All right, for sure. I'm gonna be tuned
Eastern?
in that bit for sure.
About 4 or 5 ish. I got
Eastern?
huh?
Eastern time?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, cool.
All right, y'all be easy out there, man.